Hello guys, in this episode I will introduce the use of the interrupt approaches in decoding the received infrared removed pulses. And here is the code. You can see external interrupt scheme, and now I try to download it into the board. And it is okay, so I test it. This is a Arduino board. Off, and then this one off, and this one, and continue to show this light. And in this method is almost a real time and have very little delay. That the delay happens in the pulling method. This delay is almost the time for the microcontroller processing, and no actually delays in the code program. And I really need this type of programs because I later will use this infrared remote control in my CNC machines, and it won't tolerate a longest delay times, and almost need to have the instant response. And I explain the approaches here. First, previously this is the pulse trains received. I have mentioned this, and here is another pulse trains. This is an example pulse trains, and show how the changings of the bits from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0s. In this interrupt methods, I need to see these changings, and not only on the existing pulse that I need to read. Why is that so? You can see here, if we look at two successive falling edges, here 0 bit is length, but you can see here this 0 bit, the length are shorter. So we look at here, we first look at the 0 bit. This 0 bit, two falling edges, this is 3 delta, but we look at this 0, these two falling edges is 4 delta. So how can distinguish these two same 0 bits by this length? So we need to look ahead of this bit. For example, this 0 bit, the previous bit is 1. So after the 1 bit, if this is 3 delta, this is 0. When we look at this 0 bit, this is 4 delta, but look at the previous bit is 0. So when this is 4 delta and the previously is 0, then this is 0. You see another example of 1. This 1 bit here. Let me use a pencil. This is 1 bit. This also a 1 bit. But here, this length is 3 delta. And previously is 0 bit. So this 3 delta is 1. This you can see here. This is 3 delta. Previously is 1 bit. This 3 delta. But we see this 1 bit. These two foreign edges 2 delta. So if this is 2 delta and also previously is 0, then this is 1 bit. But if this is 2 foreign edge is 3 delta, but previously is 1, then this is 1. So here I mentioned this. Then going back to my receive power train, the first lower leading bit or synchronized bit, and then this the first bit. The first bit is much easier in the determination. If these two foreign edges is 1, 2, 3 delta, this is 1 bit. If this distance of two foreign edges 2 delta, just from here to here, this foreign, this is narrower, this is 2 delta, then this is 0 bit. And for the second bit, we need this 0 bit, we need to look ahead this one, and do the same for the third bit. We look ahead second bit, and do all the rest. And here is the codes. And again, we need in the setup to have this statement expression of turn on the external interrupt 0, and then we will go to this interrupt subroutine. There's this in the main loop. There is no special. You can see this is the main loop. There's no cooks for the decodings. Here is directly equal to the turn the code data to the bit number and go to the switch function for transfer the decoder. This is already decoded in the loop function, and all these are in this subroutine pulse T check and this pulse T check. And and also the interval check. So the interrupt pin zeros will continuously detect the receiving pulses. If there is any foreign edges, then it will go to this subroutine direct immediately. And the first part is this is the pilot bit pulse check. And if this pin, this interrupt pins is higher, so if the receive pin is high, is not high, there is not function here, then there is lower bit and foreign edge. We will go to this drop. Otherwise, we will go to here. We check this one. Otherwise, we will do nothing. So here there is a few areas need to be noticed. The first is the interrupt subroutine. This turn on the interrupt and use 0 and go to this interrupt subroutine check, interval check at the foreign edges. And here I use some flag to represent, for some representation, this flag 10 bit. This is for signifies the first pulse received. If this is received, then I will already check them. Otherwise, I will check the time length of the receive flag. Another is for 12 address bits received. Here I use another flag. This one. This is flag 1.1. This flag to signify the foreign. After the pilot bits, the foreign 12 bits was received. And here, after received, I no longer need to use the external interrupt. I detach it and go to another subroutine here. This subroutine is used to processing processing the received times and to determine whether it's 0 or 1 bit. And this subroutine is belong to the loop function. After the external interrupt stopped, no longer worked, then we go back to the loop function and to start the just mentioned the subroutine. So I first go to the subroutine interrupt subroutine function first. There is interrupt, meaning there is foreign edges, and if there is no the flag was not set to 1 first, there is a little bit bigger. That means we need to processing to see if the the time is it correspond to the pilot bits, because the pilot bit is very long, is 12, around 12 bits length. So here I use the lapse time function. This is the millisecond, and this I don't need to explain. If this lapse time is within this length, that is within 14.7 milliseconds, it meets the requirement and is the pilot bit. Then we go to this portion, quit to, and we set this just mentioned fat 1.0, the existing of pilot bit, and we reset the timer. Now we can see this pulse length. This is very long. Pilot bits, I use the timer unit is millisecond, and also the function of millisecond timer function. And later on, this is shorter, and every time, for example, this time length with 1.23 milliseconds, I will turn it to 1213 microseconds. So here, when checking the 12 address bits and data bits, I will go to use the timer function microsecond here. It's not quite clear. And first we set the counter 0 first, and then we increase the counter here. Increase the counter here, and this will later on increase to 12 and microsecond, and checking the time. And I missed to mention this. I use this variable, lapse time variable, from 1 to 12. First counter is 1, so this is variable counter 1, and then the time record on this variable first, and we set the existing time to last time. So if this counter is less than 12, I will reset this. If this counter larger than 12, we will do the following. Otherwise, we will quit the interrupt. Once I quit the interrupt, in the next interrupt, it will go to this loop again, this loop. But this time, I already set this fat to 1. So here is 0, and I will skip this part and go again to this and increase the counter number 2, and do the same, record the time and put it into lapse time number 2, and then do it again until this counters reaches 12. Then I will clear the reset this. We will reset this flag, the pilot check flag, to 0, and set the 12 pulse receive bit flag to 1. This flag set 1, and the counter will reset to 0. And then we no longer need to open the external interrupt, since I received all the bits So I stop it and then come out. Then I go to the loop. This loop. Go back to this loop. These two statements you can refer to my first code of the pooling method. Is use the debugging LED to check for checking uses. And now this loop function, and first we check against if the 12-bit if received, if it's 1, then we go on to another subroutine, this check. And here I need to explain a little bit. This is the decoding process. So as mentioned before, total time length for each 0 and 1 bits are equal. Total time length and it is equal to 1.23, and we divide it into 3 portions, so each delta is 0.41 millisecond or 410 microsecond. So for 0 bit, the higher portion is of length d, while for this lower portion is 2d. For 1 bit, the high portion is 2d and low portion is d. And here we first write down d is what is d, 2d, 3d and 4d all this time. Then we go to, if the time interval is 2d is 820, and we use the range for checking is plus minus 50, or we can use plus minus 100. I will use this first, and it will go to these ranges, and for this data it will go to this range. Why I use this 2D, 4D, 3D and 4D, and I already mentioned this here, how to identify is 0 or 1. We will need to check this value and also look back if the previous one is 1 or 0. So we need this value, and this value has the tolerances. So I choose 15 plus minus, and then we just write down here. I want to use some variable